Short Foodie, and my name is Angela. I need to explain to you why I got into cooking, and that would be due to my cell phone, because cell phones capture photos and videos instantaneously. So while you're cooking at home or you're at a restaurant, bing, you take a picture. But I will be introducing to you techniques for cooking and different recipes that will create your own style as well, and for future events and for your daily life. The outlook I hold about cooking fine meals is the satisfaction that I get in producing tasty, healthy, and pleasing to the eye meals for myself and my guests. And now, the Short Foodie Show. So we have some wonderful tomatoes that will be part of this wonderful feast, which is called stuffed tomatoes and stuffed peppers and stuffed eggplants. Throughout the show, I'll be showing you live, footage, videos of me composing this recipe. Also, some still shots of another occasion when I had made these. So this way you can get a very good idea how to make these and really see how really easy they are to make. It's just a little time consuming. So what's going to happen now is you place your tomatoes and your peppers in your pan, for instance. This is a smaller version, but this is what I have at this moment. And some of the pictures you will see were made when I had more tomatoes. So as many as you can get, you need to place them in the pan so you can have an idea how they're going to fit. So basically what I'm going to show you now is how to clean out the tomato, a tomato, to start off. So what you're going to be doing are making the little tops. And each of these tops you are going to save because you're going to need these when you cook. So you get your scooper and you are going to scoop out the interior of the tomato. Nice and gentle like, and you have plenty of juice going on here, as you could see. You're going to pour the juice into a bowl, and this bowl will contain all the interior of the tomatoes. Now there will be some filling from the eggplant, not a lot, and of course the green peppers really don't have too much of that. So this is how you clean out a tomato, and you place it in a bowl. And in this bowl, I will be showing you the next step once you have it filled up with all the tomatoes. One thing though, what you're going to be doing, and of course don't forget you're going to be putting a plate aside with the tomato tops, is these items will be sitting out overnight. This one's going to be cleaned out, and I'll be finishing up those in a few minutes. And the reason why these are going to sit out overnight is, with a cover, with a towel over them, is you want them to dry out a little bit and get a little riper. So unless you have totally very ripe tomatoes, you'll need to do this overnight. So it's like a 2-day thing. So you scoop it out, put it in your bowl with the rest of the tomatoes, and overnight you're going to be putting a towel and let the tomatoes dry out somewhat and ripen up a little bit. So that's this segment to begin the stuffed tomatoes and the stuffed peppers. This is the Short Foodie. This is stuffed tomatoes, peppers, and eggplant show. The next step, this is the following day, let's say, you're going to be putting the hollowed out tomatoes and peppers in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes, so that they break down a little bit, so they, you know, start to cook. Because when you have the filling within these items, it takes a little bit longer to cook. So if you just pre-cook them, like parboil for 10 minutes at about 300 degrees, that'll just break down the netting of the tomato and the pepper, and they'll cook much better when the stuffing's in it. So the next step is going to be 10-minute at 350, you know, pre-bake like parboil into the oven before these items are filled up with the stuffing, which will be a meat stuffing with rice and lean hamburger, onions, mint, salt, pepper, and some olive oil. And of course I'll continue to make sure you understand what the ingredients are as we go along. Thank you. Okay, so after this last segment, I just cleaned out the insides of the tomato and the green pepper. And as you can see, you need to save the tops. These are the tops because when you are cooking these items, you're going to be placing the top on them because they're going to need to steam, because there's going to be the rice stuffing. This rice stuffing is going to have a little bit of meat in it. So you're going to need to save these tops. Do not throw them away, and keep them in the refrigerator if you want. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, I'm going to leave these out with a towel over them, or you can put them in your refrigerator and overnight so that you can start to cook them the next day. You know, it's only been a few minutes, and the reason why you're going to let them sit out because you want them to dry out a little bit so they're firm and not too mushy. And there's some juice already developing at the bottom base of that tomato. So anyhow, so what I've done is, you can see this is the interior of the tomatoes. The peppers don't have interiors. Oh, one thing to remember is when you save the tops of the peppers, you want to make sure that you cut off the end of it, because there's going to be seeds, and you don't want to have those seeds in there because they can be crunchy. So you're going to flatten the pepper. And thank you very much for watching. I just want to say I don't have an elaborate studio kitchen, but this is real time, and this is, you know, I'm doing it as if you're standing here, so I appreciate your time. There might be a gap or two while I'm grabbing a utensil. This is the Short Foodie, and this is Angela, and this segment is a segment for Greek stuffed tomatoes, peppers, and eggplants. So the next step you'll be seeing shortly with video clips and still pictures from another time when I had made them. But I really like to be thorough so that you can understand how to make these, because they're a delight. They're a wonderful delicacy, and this is the time of the year the tomatoes and the peppers and the eggplants are ample and available. So my goal here for doing the Short Foodie shows is to teach. So I thank you for being patient, and we're going on to the next step. Thank you. Hey, look at this sumptuous stuffed tomato we just finished. Yummy. This is the Short Foodie, and this is episode 5. And on the plate, I have a scoop of the stuffing and freshly steamed from my garden green zucchini, and I drizzled some reduced balsamic vinegar as a garnish. And there's a glass of wine, and I just can't wait to sit down and enjoy. So I hope you're able to make this recipe sometime. It's a wonderful summertime meal. And again, this is the Short Foodie with